Motivate to Educate founder and executive director Tony Lewis is calling all women here in the Lowcountry to come together and march to stop violence here in this region. Today, I talk one-on-one with Tony about this upcoming Sunday's event for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Tony E. Lewis, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you, Mr. Washington. It's always a pleasure being in your presence. You are God sent angel, earthly angel that gives the information that folks need to hear. And I'm humbled and honored to be in your presence, okay? To relay the message and information that folks need to hear and know about.
Oh, well, I appreciate it greatly. I'm here to do, God's work, as you know.
True, because I would say knowledge is power. Information is power. When you know that, then you don't have to worry about thinking about what you need to know. You already know. And then you got people to bring it to you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, on your bio, it says this: I am a strong black king from the heavens when it comes to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and His people. Let me ask you this, Tony. As a strong black king, what is Yahweh asking you to do for His people?
Well, Yahweh asking me to bring people closer together. And because He sees the distinction and the division and ways of bringing them together by bringing some dynamic queens together this weekend. And the name of the organization He gives me is Motivate to Educate.
Right.
Got an awesome group of folks with me. A supporting cast, I'll put it like this. Supporting cast with me with Motivate to Educate. And they are doing an awesome job, and I'm really proud of them. And we're calling this weekend, Yahweh told me to call all women together for a march, a mother's march for our sons and our daughters, okay? Because He's tired of seeing that we're destroying each other, because He put us on this earth to be together. We need every race to be together, but we're not fighting against flesh and blood. We're fighting against principalities, things we can't see, to keep us divided by racism, killing, and all kind of things. So that's what we're fighting.
How do you motivate to educate people with your march this weekend?
Well, it's about bringing out, like I said, dynamic queens out to engage with the general public and mothers and who lost their daughters, sons and daughters, that bringing information, not only bring information, but take information and things back to their prospective colleagues and board and all the agencies and whatever, they'll come and speak from whatever perspective to kind of resolve the situation going on between the killing with these young men and dealing with these law enforcement. Not again, and when I say law enforcement, all these brothers and sisters are not bad, okay? They just have bad apples in the law enforcement. But again, they're human beings too, so we got to always think that way too.
What's your perspective?
My perspective from perspective of dealing with, law enforcement and killings. Well, you got to understand, you had to serve and protect, not hurting, not killing, maim, and hurt folks, okay? Because there's always another way to deal with situations. When you encounter with respect, you get respect. That's what I told folks. I said, when you encounter an officer, you don't have to get volatile with him. You ask him, yes, sir, officer, how can I help you? You ask you for license, registration, and insurance. You provide that to him. And then you all go in and have a common sense conversation, okay? A respectful conversation, relationship, and conversation that it would mend both all the negative out of the way from the beginning. So it wouldn't even get to become violent, killing, or no other kind of situations.
So what kind of conversation will we have at this march?
Well, you have all kind of queens. You have Senator Mia McLeod's coming down. You have Senator Margie Bright. You have Solicitor Jennifer Shealy. You have Deputy Chief Joyce Smith. Well, Jennifer Shealy sitting in for Scarlett Wilson. Joyce Smith is sitting in for Graziano.
Right.
We have we have a pastor coming to bless the event and the surrounding area, because you got to do that. You got to give him his praise so he can send his as heavenly angels to protect us. Okay. Then you have our DJ Ish. Then we have like I said, Margie Bright, Senator Margie Bright.
Right.
Then we have Queen Christine Washington doing a poem. Our representative, our esteemed representative Shardell Murray, our state rep. You have Trinae Michelle. You have an awesome. You have Connor Bobby Joe. You have Miss Antonia, the founder of Hard Candy Self Defense. You have Crystal Reed from Recreation Department. You have Marvel Professor Marvetta Ford sitting in for Dr. Danielle Sherritt. Speaking of COVID, we have a lot. You have Tony Smallwood, the National Alliance for Mental Illness president. There was a lot of that is out there. You have Meryl Tom Chapman. She's our gun control state president. She's coming to speak. You have a lot of, and you just have a lot of women coming to speak. And there you have Mary gonna come out, but she might just want to acknowledge her, but she plays a major part too in the society. And then you have Lisa Raheem Kennedy talking about domestic violence, and that's a big issue in our society today, Mr. Washington.
And how are you motivating educate people about that? Because, like you mentioned, it's going on so frequently.
Yeah, but we got to teach folks how to see the signs, and that's the thing. You have to see the signs because, again, that's what Ms. Smallwood coming with mental issues. Because a lot of these guys, a lot of things we have a lot of mental issues and issues going on with folks when they are getting domestic violence. Because again, you got to go and find the source of the problem. You got to dig back and find out if the mother was abused, grandmother, and it's a cycle, generational cycle thing. Because if I saw my mother been abused, then that's mean I'm going to become abused because she feel that was okay to receive that. So, but when we break that cycle, then we can break all these situations going on. So by giving all the information from these dynamic queens and women coming out this weekend.
And how do you break that cycle that is in the local educational system?
Well, again, we figure that if they have the tools and the resources that they need, there will be academic inclined. We wouldn't have to write with all these situations going on. That again, we reached out to Charleston County School District, but nobody took the ball at all. And just to read something to you, sir, Mr. Washington, I said to them, give me a minute there. And I said to the Charleston County School District staff, give me a minute there. And I said to them, Mr. Chairman Eric Mack, I reached out to him, and Ms. Taylor was supposed to be working on something, but he says right now we don't have anyone that's available to attend. I don't get that. So I said, why not, Mr. Chairman? Same thing as Ms. Taylor. I said, why not, Mr. Chairman? You all play a major role in the community of Charleston County with our scholars and students becoming academic inclined. So in this society, y'all make or break. See, because if they're not academic inclined, we're going to have more killings. We're going to have more domestic violence. We'll have more of everything because they're not academic inclined.
Well, then, where are the tools and resources in the Charleston County School District to combat this problem?
Well, it comes with the superintendent and her staff. Okay, she's the head. The board members supposed to supply her with the tools and resources she needs, that she can supply her staff and these schools, local schools, all the schools, so they can be prepared for whatever resource, whatever situation they come up about. They should have the resources.
Now, what statistics are you looking at when it comes to domestic violence in schools and most kids and, obviously family members?
Well, again, I don't, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't have those numbers. Okay. And I would be lying if I do. But it's very frequent. It's very, very frequent because it's big. It's a big number. I know that.
And you say on the flyer, we cannot be silenced while our sons and daughters are being slaughtered in the streets. From the time that COVID began to right now, how many numbers are those?
Wow, it's high. It's up there. It's like about 67%, maybe more than that, because it's every day as a killer.
And you said that we will not be consoled. We will not be consoled as we bury our sons and daughters.
That's right.
Where are you still emotionally?
Well, I am emotionally because we all come together, and that's coming from our federal level, state level, local level, all working together with all the agencies, especially mental illness. Because a lot of these young men got mental problems because they know when you just hear your governor said he's going to sign a law to put in that firing squad. You're going to be putting a firing squad, either electrical chair. Come on, something wrong there. It has to be a mental problem. And again, it goes back again. Principalities, they can't see. They don't know what to do, you know. And it takes over them. It takes over them. Then when they get to do what the vices and the imps and the devil want them to do, then they run off and leave them. Standing there by themselves. They're holding the ball. See? So they find another subject. Same way Yahweh uses vessels, the devil uses vessels.
And you said this is more than a march, this is a solution. What other solutions are there?
Well, the solution is information, my friend. Information is power. Knowledge is power. When you know that you know, then you know who to go to. If you run into that situation, you already say, okay, I heard her. I heard her on speaking. Okay, I got this problem. Well, let me contact this office. Let me contact that office. Now that's knowledge. That's power. That's information. That's solutions. See?
And you say that you are obviously God's vessel. How far will your vessel go with this subject?
Oh man, it's going to go big time. It's going to go big. Because we have to stay on top of it. See, you can't be reactive. You got to be proactive. And that's what we are about. And myself, and speaking for myself, I'm persistent. I am productive. I am proactive. I am persistent, and I am productive. See, you got to be on top of things. You just can't wait till something happens and say, oh, I'm going to run out here. No, you go out and engage with the local, in the communities. And I want all our pastors to start coming back out in the community, because the pastors plays a major role. Because y'all are the shepherds over the flock. God put y'all over his flock. Y'all supposed to get out there in the community, engage with these young men. Don't tell them what they're wrong they're doing. Go and walk up to them and ask them, how can I help you? What situation you need me help you out of? And you'll be surprised. We did it. I did it. And I've gotten a lot of respect from young men. Believe me, I can go anywhere and these young men respect, because I don't go and tell them what they're doing wrong. I go and ask them, how can I help you? Because see, when you ask a young man, how can you help him? It can break down whatever he's going through. And he would come to you and sit down in confidentiality, say, man, I need a job, man. I'm tired of this drug game. I'm tired of the violence. I'm tired of doing all. I want a job. I want to become a productive citizen again. And I've seen it, and I know it because I've lived it myself. Because I know plenty of young men. I've got jobs, man, on the naval base. We tried with our thing. Right. We're getting in high track. Man, there's plenty guys I got out there in the mornings. Everybody don't know that. 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm on my bed, wide open. I had one of them big vans. Had so much people, they pile up, they had to have the backup open. And I carry them on the base. Sit there at 6 o'clock. The man signed them all up. Boom. They're on the jobs. Guess what now? 3 of them was major drug hustlers, big dealers. Guess who they are now? Supervisors, man. They got away from the game. They just wanted somebody to help them. See? I never told them, hey man, you doing that. No. I go and ask them, how can I help you? They may be lacking in academics. They may be lacking in a job. They may be lacking in their criminal records. Needed to be expunged or something like that, so they can become productive citizens. Because see, we got to understand, and I want the lawmakers, I want the governor, I want the president, all of them, the Congress and all, and the legislators, the headers. You got to give them another opportunity, another chance to redeem themselves from the mistake they made. Okay, by expunging and pardoning them or whatever, so they can go on a job and work and put into the system, not take out of the system. Because that's what it is.
What else is being taken out of the system as a result of these folks not having jobs and, other issues, including domestic violence?
Well, again, it goes back to when you can't get a job and you getting, and then it goes back to you got a criminal record, and then hell, you can't get a decent job, and your wife, girlfriend, or whoever pressuring you to help pay a bill and all that, this build up pressure that you can't relieve because you don't have nowhere to outlet, because you got a criminal record and you can't go in nobody's job. So again, that's a part of domestic violence, because the pressure build up and you don't have nowhere to relieve that pressure. if you had a job, then you can leave that person. You can get on your job and make money and look at it when you get a paycheck and you say, okay, honey, here's this X amount of dollars, pay that. Here is to buy grocery. See, now you feel like you belong back in society. You feel like now I don't have that pressure on me because like you put a top on the top of the pot, a cover on top of the pot. You see the steam on the left top. That's how pressure is in people's bodies and in minds, and that's what makes them become violent.
But then let me reset and talk to you about the obvious: motivate to educate, calling all women mothers marches for our sons. Who, what, when, where, and how?
Yes, well, sir, we're having it on this Sunday, June the 20th. Is at we're lining up from Lion America Street, and going from Lion America to Alexander to Marion Square.
Right.
From on Calhoun to Marion Square, and we asking everyone who would like to come, and you don't have to march if you can just come straight to Marion Square if you want to, but please, we're asking everyone if they don't mind to wear orange, okay? And it's not pressure. If you want, you can wear orange. If not, just still come out and support the solution, because that is the solution. And not only that, brother, you know, the members asked me because I had all white, and they said, well, change it because it's gun violence month. I didn't know. Information, see? Now I know. Right. See? That's why I changed, going along with them and did this orange. Okay? That's when I did the orange flyer and the orange shirts. Okay? Now I know. See? Knowledge, power, information. See?
And you also said this earlier, let me repeat it. We cannot be silenced while our sons and daughters are being slaughtered in the streets. How will you not be silenced?
Well, I'm not. Because we got, as I said, we have to reach out to find out where all these weapons come, because I am going to have a conversation. I'm going to get some folks with me who's going to be able to, let's join together and come up with solutions and find out what's going on, because we need to reach out to the FBI, and I'm going to have a meeting. I'm going to call the FBI and SLED's office and have a conversation with Mark Keel and someone from the FBI and find out, hold on, y'all got to know where these guns coming from. Okay, because in the technology, you can't tell me you don't know what's going on. Because in fact, it's been way back there. Technology is way advanced. You can know if I'm moving here. You know if I'm here right now and where my movements are. Okay, so let's stop fooling each other. Okay, and I want this to go directly to SLED Director Mark Keel in the FBI. Yes, I do. Y'all know everything. Y'all know everything. Y'all know technology is awesome. And you got the satellite that zoom down on everything. So come on. Somewhere these guns, and somebody got to come and somebody got to say something about it. Somebody got to stand up and, you know, be challenged. Somebody got to stand up and say, okay, we got to take control, because there's nothing is killing society. All these innocent people getting killed.
And how are you going to challenge them when you get in that boardroom or conference room?
Well, when I get there, I'm going to be blunt with them. I'm not going to, I'm going to, hey, we need to figure where these guns coming and give a report to the communities, to the general public, about where these guns coming. Not only give a report, stop it, cut it off.
Tony E. Lewis, thank you so much for your time. And again, welcome back to Quintin's Full Substance.
Pleasure, Mr. Washington. It's so honored and humble to be in your presence.
Thank you as always. Yeah.
And Quintin, let me put this flyer up.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to hold it.
Oh, yeah, they saw it earlier, too. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But this is all the information you need right here. Please come out. And mothers, you lost your sons and daughters. If you want to wear the picture of their on their shirts, you're welcome to. Truly, you're welcome to. And I forget, Brother Quintin, to let you know, we have 3 mothers coming out. 2 lost their daughters and 1 lost their sons. Come and engage, please. So again, thank y'all very much.
And thank you.
Thank you, brother.
All righty.